A Capitol rioter by the name of Jason Owens got smacked down in court recently by a judge overseeing his felony case after it was revealed that Owens was planning a trip to go overseas to Cabo San Lucas, basically traveling out of the country while he's awaiting trial for felony charges of assaulting a police officer during the Capitol riot. His son, by the way, is also facing the same charges because I guess it was father and son day at the Capitol riot, and they went there together and allegedly assaulted a police officer. So again, felony charge that carries a penalty of many years in prison. And this guy, Mr. Owens, won a trip to Cabo San Lucas through his business. He had already booked his flights. He had filled out a questionnaire. His t-shirt size, his alcohol preferences, his diet preferences, which by the way is vegan but not too strict, whatever that means. And he did all of this before asking the judge, oh, by the way, is it okay if I go take this trip to Cabo that I won? So the judge had to look at this and be like, you've already planned the trip before you even asked us. You didn't wait. You didn't hesitate. You knew you were awaiting trial on felony charges, you idiot. And you just said, The judge cleverly smacked down this request and said, like you're vegan but not too strict, you clearly thought the court's policy of no unnecessary foreign travel was not too strict, is what the judge said. But unfortunately, it is strict. And the judge says, no. You're not going to Cabo. You're not traveling outside of the United States. You are facing felony charges for your actions, you and your son. And you're going to stay right here in the United States until this whole matter is resolved. And that could possibly mean the matter being resolved after you serve a couple years in federal prison for, again, assaulting a police officer. But this is the level of just sheer stupidity, not to mention privilege, that these Capitol rioters are exhibiting. Like, this guy thought nothing of it. Obviously, he had been told the conditions for his pretrial release, because that's legally what you have to do. You have to tell these people no unnecessary foreign travel, which means, of course, if you have to travel overseas or you're going to lose your job, sure, we could make exceptions for that, maybe. If you want to just go hang out in Cabo for a weekend, sorry, not going to happen. You can't get in trouble, no speeding tickets, things like that. That's typical pretrial release, right? You can't get drunk in some instances. We might submit you for random drug testing. So I have no doubt that this individual was told the conditions of his pretrial release. And the reason I have no doubt about that is because he did go to the judge eventually, after he'd already planned the trip and booked the tickets. He did ask if it was okay for him to do this. So he knew he had to ask. He just didn't bother to do it because, in my estimation, I think he's an idiot. I think all these people are idiots. But I think the judge said it best when he said, I guess you thought our policy was not too strict. These people think they can do whatever the hell they want. And that, of course, is why many of them did what they did on January 6th. There's still hundreds upon hundreds of cases still pending before these courts. And at this point, I hope every single one of these individuals goes down. The arrogance, the hubris that we're seeing from these people, they absolutely deserve to be punished because I don't think many of them, if any, actually have any remorse for what they did on that day. What are you doing? It's over. The video's over. I'm done complaining about everything, and that's it. The end. Leave. Well, okay, if you're going to stick around, maybe you should give us a like, a comment, a share, or just subscribe to stay connected with all of our content. Or maybe you should consider becoming a member for some exclusive content and perks. Just follow the link in the description. Now, go. Just go.